True or false, if you're running your business or you're self-employed, is it important to learn some sales skills or some techniques? Everyone who answered put a unanimous true. Yes, we do need to learn some sales skills. So I wanted to dive in today and talk a little bit about some sales skills that we might need to learn. As musicians, when we go into business, a teaching business, we tend to focus our business around the music. We say, I can play the piano and I can teach the piano, therefore my business is centered around this. And that means a lot of sort of business skills that are essentials that should be also put into the core get forgotten. So today I want to see if I can give you some tools that help with some of those things that may have been left behind. When many people think of sales, they think of like a 1980s used car salesman with very high pressure tactics, using logic and maybe even insults and forceful language and manipulation to get someone to buy the used car. But that's not actually true these days. Sales is actually quite a gentle process these days. You're not desperate, you're not chasing, you're not pushing people. You leave a lot of space between you and the potential customer. You can't force someone to take lessons with you. The only way that you can get someone to join you and learn from you is if they want to. Unless you want to bully them and beat them, that's not going to work. So you have to make the person want to take the lesson. And so the first thing is a demo lesson. Everybody does demo lessons. So questions that are going to make this person want to continue lessons with you. Generally speaking, people don't buy on logic. We actually buy when we're emotional. Most of us think of ourselves as very logical, but generally speaking, we do things because of emotional reason and then we just justify it to ourselves. People buy on emotion. They don't buy on logic. So how do you get people emotional? You got to ask them questions. You might get me to think of something that makes me emotional. That's what we're going to focus on right now. So we've got a few questions that are hopefully going to get people a little bit more emotional. There are 3 parts: the present, the past, and the future. So when you're going to be asking people questions in the demo lesson, you want to be asking people open questions that gets them emotional. So a present question: what made you reach out today? Why are you looking into piano lessons today? So you want to stay on the present for a little bit. What are you doing right now? Can you explain your situation? Then we move to the past. What have you tried in the past to improve your guitar playing? Of all of the things that you did, what was the best thing that you ever did that helped you learn the most? Why don't you continue just doing that? What stopped you from hitting your goals? Where was the roadblock? And some future questions. Where do you want to be? How are you going to feel when you finally pass that grade 8 exam? What will your parents say? Is it going to open up any of the doors for you? So you've got the present, what's your situation right now? The past, what have you tried before? In the future, where do you want to be? What's your goal here? So I actually remember this really well. I'll tell you a story. I actually spent like $5,000 once on Chinese lessons, and they used the exact tactic on me. What's your Chinese level right now? What have you been doing to learn Chinese so far? And then I'm proudly talking about the things I'd done to self-learn Chinese. So I'm getting proud and egotistical. That's me getting emotional. Why have you reached out today? I've just stopped improving. I haven't gotten any better for 3 years and I feel like I'm in a rut. What would life be like if you could start improving your Chinese again? I would feel amazing. I'd be able to actually feel proud of my ability again. And what I always like is I like impressing people when they don't know I can speak Chinese. Okay, so what I think would be good for you, Mr. Price, is if we gave you a 1-year program that's going to take you all the way up to HSK 6. From where you are now, you're about HSK 4, and it's going to take you a year to get to HSK 6, and you'll need 4 lessons a week. How does that sound? Oh yeah, that sounds great. Okay, it's $5,000. Oh, okay. But anyway, obviously I was emotional enough to say yes to that. And it's that internal pressure. She wasn't forcing me to do anything on the phone. She wasn't telling me that I need to do anything. She was just saying, look, based on your own answers to these questions, this is going to get you your goal. And incidentally, the cost of our service happens to be $5,000. Do you want to go ahead with this? And I said, yeah, I would. Not because I particularly cared about the money, but I cared about like the goal. And she had made me think about the goal of the future. So you can use these simple questions. What's your experience right now with this? What have you tried to fix it in the past? How have you been doing? What have you tried that has worked? What's your goal? Where do you see yourself with this? And just keep getting them talking about their dreams. And it's okay. So if you want to continue, the price is this. It's a 6-month contract. Would you like to continue? They're using open questions, focusing on the present, the past, and the future. Now, what I would recommend is thinking about 3 to 5 present, past, and future questions for your instrument.